Hello again. I've been uh, thinking about making a video on celibacy, the importance of it, and how to be successful at it. How do you actually manage to achieve it? You and it might come as a surprise to you, but it comes down to views. Okay, because it turns out sensuality uh, requires maintenance by actions and by views. Okay, it is not like you. People say it is like the natural thing to do. Okay, but it requires a lot of work actually, mental and physical. You know, it's not that natural. Um, for example, when I post on Buddhism subreddit, this should be like very clear to at least Buddhists. Uh, when I say celibacy is like a really important part of the middle path, people get very touchy around the subject because they don't want to like question their own sensuality. That's why they automatically get defensive around it. So, and they, just push arguments, relevant or irrelevant, doesn't matter. They just want to defend their, you know, non-celibacy. I mean, you don't have to defend against me, against anybody. Nobody is your, you know, you don't have to answer to anybody, but you should answer to yourself, at least. So you should be clear about your own intentions, your own values. Okay, you don't want to like keep deceiving yourself and keep lying to yourself. You can at least be honest to yourself. Okay, that is the like starting point. With the path, with the like starting point of even the mundane right view, you have to start being honest to yourself. Okay, why are you not celibate? uh, you can say, I mean, the only reason, actually, if you're honest with yourself, you can't help yourself. That would be, the reason for 99% of people. Maybe, 1% falls into the people who really uh, wants and requires having, children, and they are trying for that. And that is the actually that gray area, the non-celibate disciples of the Buddha, that are in this. That's why, they were non-celibate. That was the reason. So, but that is probably not your reason. Your reason is you can't help yourself, and that's the definition of addiction. And in order to quit an addiction, the first step is recognize it as an addiction. Okay. If you keep, lying to yourself about why it is not an addiction, it is not an indulgence, it is not bad for your spiritual development. Actually, there is no spiritual development without celibacy. For example, it's translated as the holy life in Suttas, Brahmacharya. In other traditions, it is just a synonym for celibacy. Okay? When you read in the text the holy life, why do you live the holy life? The benefits of the holy life, you can think of it as the benefits of celibate life. You can think of it as like that. And you talk about it, and people have various views. When I talk about celibacy to people, their first response is, "Oh, okay. Then if all the people on earth become like celibate like right now, then how will the human race survive or something?" These are just out there, irrelevant questions. It's not really a valid question, but it's not really worth answering even, because that's not the problem. The problem is your addiction. Okay? This is similar to I am trying to make you quit smoking. Okay, and you are saying, "Oh, if everybody in the world quit smoking, how the tobacco producers, will get by? They will like starve or something." This is not relevant. Okay, those outside arguments regarding the world outside, they are not relevant. What's relevant is your dependence on sexual relief, that excitement, that pleasure. You can't help yourself. That is the problem. So after you recognize it as a problem, then you can do something about it. But it will not happen if you don't even recognize it. So when I was talking to a friend, again, I was, talking about the benefits of celibacy. And he said he would try it if only he could be like automatically free of any lust. It would be like, okay, he would do that. But when you are addicted, that withdrawal, it can be very, very hard on you. But that's how you develop actually, like spiritually. So people, for example, say they don't understand what the Buddha is talking about when he talks about suffering, They don't understand where is this suffering the Buddha is talking about. It's just so abstract to them, because they are just constantly relieving that pressure of sensuality instantly. They are just constantly pleasure, comfort, excitement, constant. But they don't see that dependence. And they don't see the suffering, because they are constantly running away from it. And it has been so long that they've been actually face to face with that pressure. They forget about it. what's this suffering? What's this pressure? I don't understand. So if you try to be celibate, then you will see at least what is pressure, what the Buddha means suffering, Why is the five aggregates are suffering? What is the problem? So you can start seeing, at least feeling the problem. There is a problem. You don't know any way out, but at least you recognize that there's a problem. And the problem is the mind is untamed. That's the problem. So let's say you recognize that. You recognize the problem. You recognize the addiction. Okay. You get a sense of celibacy can be valuable. If I could achieve that, I could be successful at that, then I would have, peace of mind. With this constant pulling of lust, I would be free of that. That would be better. You can think of that. But you are not able. You try it and you fail. You try it and fail. So you are not able to restrain yourself. What do you do now? And the problem is your, let's say, your willpower. Since you have been constantly giving into any pressure, your will, your patient endurance is like this. And giving in to pressure makes, say, Mara very strong. Okay, it's like this. You can't hope to win that fight. So you need to take some steps, first of all. What is making you liable to giving in? You need some management on that level. You can't keep everything around you the same and hope that you will be free of lust instantly. It will take a long time until you can manage being celibate, and after it will take a time until you are free of all sensuality, all views around sensuality. It will take a long time. First step, you can recognize what are those baits around you, baits that make you elated towards that direction. You can recognize them. Those, apps and social media, those kind of erotic material, even talking to women. There's talking and there's talking. You go to work, you have to talk your coworkers, but you don't have to flirt with them or chit-chat, idle talk. You talk what you have to talk, and then you don't talk. And on the mental level, you tend to fantasize about various scenarios. Your mind revolves around those sexual stuff. So, but that's like you can think of it as like this fire burning, and you're, by paying attention to those things, you're just adding more fuel to the fire. So you can't instantly not, think about any sexual stuff at once. You stop feeding, your mind with those material, and you start recognizing when you're proliferating towards that direction, you pull yourself back. Okay. You slowly gain more willpower. And the other precepts, for example, think about the 8 precepts. The last 4 precepts are actually to help you with being celibate. They help a lot, For example, eating 1 meal a day, that helps a lot, You might not see the relevance, but if you try it, you will be less liable to lust. And going to shows and entertainment and music and singing and dancing, those kind of things, they make you more liable to lust. Stop listening to music, okay? Watching TV shows, movies, and you do that for a while, you recognize the difference. You will recognize. You may not believe that, but make the challenge. I will eat 1 meal a day, not listen to music, not watch TV, not drink, alcohol. Just try it, Maybe there's some value in that. And if you manage it, you will realize, my mind is now revolving a lot less around those kind of topics now. I am more inclined to Dhamma now. Let's say you progressed a bit, but you still keep failing because those habits of giving in mentally, they are beginnings. So they're very strong habits of your mind leaning that direction. So what to do? But with time you get skilled with your mental, leanings, what direction, is your mind taking right now. Even you don't see these very active symptoms, you get a sense of very slight symptoms, and you realize that, okay, if the mind keeps going that direction, I won't be able to keep celibacy, So you take a more radical action. Then you change your setting. You go on a retreat, you solo, without any company. You change your environment on that occasion. That will help you, get over that period where your mind is just, you cannot control your mind. You will have to change your setting. I go solo camping. That helps you. Okay. But you should recognize this. You won't be completely free of sensuality unless you have right view. But actually, this uh, trying to become free of sensuality will help you get the right view. Because that is the closest, actually. That's the most palpable link, you could say, independent origination. Your reliance, you can directly see that, but you have to start restraining